Okay, are we there? All right, that took a few minutes longer. I got here a little quicker than I wanted to. Parked right outside, right up front. I was hoping I could get connection from my car. Maybe they didn't have the internet turned on at the moment. Still took me a couple seconds to hook up onto this stream. But what I did was just shut off Google, shut off my Wi-Fi, and restart it because YouTube was still trying to think, so I didn't know if that was part of the problem, and it was overthinking. So now I'm at the second location. I'm downtown. It's still dark outside, so you can't really see much. So you can see that I'm parked right outside, and yeah, I didn't pay for parking or anything, so hopefully the parking guy is not around and I can do this and get out of here before he gets here. So I'm gonna go get myself a coffee, and wish the lighting was better, but I'm kind of just gonna put on my email thing on the tab, so the light will be on for recording, but nobody's gonna see anything except for my email page. And hopefully nobody takes anything. So see you in a few seconds. Just gonna get a coffee. So I'm just gonna keep it on my email page so that it looks like I'm doing some work here. Obviously, you're not allowed to sit in these places, so we're just kind of hanging out and making things work. Um, One thing, if you are getting into business, start collecting your receipts. I know yesterday on my live stream I said I just throw them into a box, but yeah, that you still want to keep them. You want to have that paper trail, so it's good to use plastic and keep everything all accounted for. So when you use plastic, obviously it's easy because then everything's all listed. It's all in your documents, and when it goes time to bookkeeping, it's easy for you or your bookkeeper and accountant to defer what everything is through your bank statements with credit cards or checking or savings account. When you start getting into receipts, it starts getting confusing because they can fade away and you don't know where they're from, or they can get very generic and don't say the store or what the item was. So if you are going to do proper accounting, then I would suggest that you write down what the item was. If it wasn't on the receipt, put it in a file folder according to whatever item it is, entertainment expense, food expense, hotel expense, fuel expense, vehicle expense, office expense, put it into the separate categories, and then I used to keep everything categorized by the day and then by the month. So it's good to be organized, but like I said, nowadays with technology, you can just use your plastic and you don't have to worry about the whole receipt thing. As far as I'm concerned, I don't bother with the receipt thing. That's a thing of the past, and it's a waste of time. If you can spend your time doing more things that are going to fill your day with profitable things that are going to make you money, then I would suggest that you do that over doing something that's not going to be making you money, like going outside and mowing the lawn. How much is it going to cost you to hire somebody to mow your lawn, right? You could probably hire a kid to do it for $5 or $10. It might cost somebody else $25 because they got to pay for fuel, insurance, and whatnot, and their equipment. But that being said, yes, I understand that when you're not of money that you have to pay. You got to do it yourself, until you can start accumulating and making money. But once you get into business and your time is more valuable and you're making more money by doing your business detail than you are mowing the lawn, which are you going to do? Go out there and mow the lawn and waste an entire hour where you can make potentially a couple $1,000s within that hour, or are you going to go mow the lawn and spend money? Waste your time. Jeez. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to get at. So, got a small coffee. I was going to ask for the mug because I know that when I worked at Starbucks before, if you got a mug to stay, then you get a refill in your mug. And then, on top of it, you can take your mug back after your refill and get another refill in your paper cup to go home. So, essentially, you can buy one coffee at Starbucks and get 3 coffees out of it. Yeah, that's just a little life hack, I guess, for the Starbucks one. And then for McDonald's, if you want the life hack coffee there and you collect those little stickers, you can go online, order your coffee, you'll collect a sticker online as well as get the sticker off of the cup. So there you go, you're getting 2 free coffees by the time you collect up all the stickers. So it's 6:15 on this one. We are live streaming, make sure everything's good because I am actually not able to see the screen. So 6:20, and I'm going to put it back to my email and go that route. So it's going to be funny. It's pretty quiet right now, but I'm going to bring this book out and just kind of wave it around and see what happens. Maybe I'll talk out of it or read a little bit to you, but just kind of using it as like a prop to see what kind of topics I might be able to stir up for conversation with people, being in a suit and having the FU Money book around. Maybe I'll just put it out beside the computer so that if people want to come talk to me, I can speak about the book a little bit. It's been a while since I wrote it. Not wrote it, read it. Dan Locke wrote it, obviously, but yeah, it's probably been about 1.5 years since I read it, so I really don't remember much. I probably do, but you know what I mean? It's just not right off the top of my head of what exactly was said. I've utilized and read many things over. You start getting into these guys with success and personal development and stuff, you'll find that if you get into self-help and personal development, that the books are very similar to the success and financial and wealth end of things. It's all about mindset, more or less, is what they're getting at, rather than actually making the buck. I guess you make the buck for what you do, and the more value you can bring to the market, the more money you're going to make, obviously. But first, everything starts with mindset. You have to be in that proper frame of mind and be able to go out and do things. It's like this today, and over the last few days. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so you can see my mouth, but I'm supposed to have the mask on. With my blog post that I wrote the other day stating that we overcomplicate business. Sometimes you just got to take the simple tools that we have and get out there and do it. So here's another way that I'm showing you, I guess. I'm not saying that it's working for me. It's working for other people, though, I'm sure. But this is as simple as it can get. I could have brought my scooter out, but then driving around on a scooter first thing in the morning is kind of cool, and wearing a suit that's not really going so well. So here, let's look a little bit classy. I've got the car with me. Everybody thinks I'm rich because I drive a Mercedes Benz, but I only paid $2,900 for this car. So here you go. And then I'm wearing the suit that's almost worth as much as the car. With the rings on, it's worth more than the car. That's funny because my rings are actually worth more than the car is when they were purchased new. Yeah, this one I custom ordered for myself. I'm putting it back on the screen so I can see myself, but yeah, that's custom ordered. Everybody asks, what are you, an Aries? No, I was born in the year of the goat, so I'm born in 1979. This is all silver, and then I had the horns made with gold, so I love my gold. As you can see, I've got a gold tooth. It's only gold in behind and on the sides. In the front, it's ceramic. And then I got this ring when I was in Vegas, and I absolutely love it. 18 karat gold on that. That's it's not a one of a kind. You can buy these; they're manufactured, but still, it was a beautiful piece. So both of those together, brand new, were $1,500 rings each, but they're handcrafted, right? This one definitely was. I had to place that order. It was kind of scary. Like, it's got a lot of weight to it. It's huge. It's a big ring, right? But it's kind of weird. And I know, like, this is probably, I had obviously been spending money online before when I purchased this. But the thing about it was that this was a $1,500 purchase online. So I was starting to spend more money online rather than, $20 or $30 here and there. That's a little bit more accommodable, and you're not worried about it as much when you start spending a couple $1,000s online and not knowing if the product's going to come or not. It didn't seem like a legit store. It was just some artist. I don't know where I found it. It was just by chance of scrolling around. I haven't seen it again. Not that I've only looked a couple times, 3 or 4 times since, and haven't seen it on the market anymore. So it could still be one of a kind, and I'm not sure if you're able to get it ever again. I don't even know how to get a hold of the guy, but I purchased it from some artist in California. For all I know, it could be my cousin, because he's an artist and he lives there. So, starting to get busy. Things are picking up. Still dark on the street. Now it's moving into fall. Obviously, we're not getting those nice 4 o'clock sunrises. That would have been nice. Could have still been able to go outside and move around. So it is a little bit cool here in the morning, and in the afternoon it gets nice. That's typical for Canada between September and November, or until the snow flies. Anyways, Victoria is nice because we don't get the snow. We only get it once a year, so can't complain with that. And otherwise, it just rains. I like the rain because it just goes away. And yeah, could have made a business out of that with my landscaping thing, but yeah, I wasn't really into snow removal. It's not my thing. It'll just give you a little view of the restaurant. I don't know if you can see this. That's a good little background. I should be standing there. A lot better background, a little bit better lighting. But whatever. So you can see here, if you go back to my other live feeds, that I'm using my MacBook Air, and it kind of seems really hazy to me. Like I'm seeing a lot of busyness, a lot of digital look on my face and on the wall, more or less like anywhere where it's dark. On my shoulder there, you can kind of see it. It looks busy to me. I don't know how it looks on your end. I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi connection is like here. So like I said, this is all just an experiment to see how well these Wi-Fi signal strengths are, and if we're able to actually live feed from a Starbucks and go about this on the move. Because like I said in the last video and many of the other ones, trying to get into the live feed thing while you're on the move is fairly expensive. So this is my little social experiment of doing it live in a free manner, or as free as possible. It's costing me money to drive here and the odd coffee that I pick up. Now I'm going to try and go to Starbucks and pick up the least amount of coffees as possible. But that being said, it's still a company write-off. Yes, I'm still in the process of getting my company going. I just filled out for the name approval on Saturday. So hopefully that goes through here right away, and then I can continue moving forward with the process of actually registering my business, getting my GST number, and then I will have to get WCB as well. But that being said, I'm trying to just keep what money I have right now to get going with the skip the dish business, the skip and dash. So I'm going to be trying to work skip the dishes, and then hopefully get into DoorDash as well on top of that. So what we're doing here today is kind of working that little bit of a process. So as I signed on through the phone, I think I told you yesterday in my live stream feed that I filled out for skip the dishes on both my phone and my computer. And the phone was actually a lot easier than the computer because you can take pictures with this, obviously, of your license, your registration, and insurance, and your passport or birth certificate through your phone, which is a lot easier to do than your computer because obviously you're going to take it with your phone or a camera anyways and then transfer it into the computer. So just using this one single device, it makes it simple, and it actually was the easiest way to go about it. So what I'm trying to get at though is while you're installing the device or installing the app, sorry, on your device, so either DoorDash or Skip the Dishes, they both ask you if they can track this device, and you can either have it tracked at any time or only when the app is used. So I want to get into this business, so I'm pretty sure that I clicked on anytime. So in other words, DoorDash and Skip the Dishes are now tracking every movement I make with my phone. So why am I doing these live streams today? One, so that I can test the stream feed to see if the internet connection is good enough and is going to give me a decent feed at these Starbucks locations, and then to continue on throughout the week to keep myself busy at other various locations, sticking towards franchise first because we can get away with a little bit more. And we're doing this during the COVID period, so it's really kind of a risky move because we're getting out there in you know high traffic areas. But then I'm also doing it so that my phone is out in public, so that I'm out in public, right? I want them to see that I'm in these hot spots and that I'm a person that they're going to want to hire or have work for them because I'm in these areas where people are ordering food on a regular basis. Now, if I was to have them track me and sit at home all day in a neighborhood that's far away from restaurants, do you think they're going to be more likely to accept me or not? Well, in my mind, I would say no, because you're sitting still for one, and for two, you're locked up in a location that's miles away or kilometers away from any hotspot for restaurant delivery food. So I'm putting myself right out there today and until I get hired on with Skip the Dishes or approved for Skip the Dishes and full hire on package is complete. Um, Keeping myself out there in the public area so that they're tracking me and seeing that I'm in these hotspot areas. So right now I'm just going to stick towards Victoria, more or less, and I could also go to all these other different municipalities. Like I said yesterday, there's 14 different municipalities in this area, or somewhere around that. Anyways, like it's a large number. I'm always getting this weird flash on my computer, like they're watching me. Anyways, um, so it's not like I just have to work Victoria. The nice thing about Victoria, though, is there's a 5G service here with Bell, and that's what I'm signed on with my cell phone provider. So by having 5G, I'm going to have the quickest lightning speed service, I guess. And then by going to the other outskirts, I'm not sure where they're at. Probably 4G, hopefully. But yeah, I still have other areas around here that I can work. So I can do Victoria, I can work Saanich, I can work Sydney, Langford, Stewart, right? Like there's all of these different municipalities where there's hotspot areas. All I'm trying to get at is if you guys are gonna do this, you know, try and you have the time like I do right now, get yourself out there. If these apps are following you, you want to be where the food service industry is happening, right? You want to look like you're a potential top dog consultant or contractor that they're wanting to have on the street. So move around. Don't just stay like one spot downtown. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I'm doing this. Um, so for the morning, it'll be a little bit slower. Like this one, then I think the next location opens. Maybe it's open here right away at 6:30. I'm know, better check on this, right? I don't know if it opens until 7 though. That's from what I saw. It doesn't open until 7. So just open up Google because I've got it. That's pretty much what's going to stay on my screen for the day. It was so bright. Anyways, that's just the list of all the different stores, and then I'll write them down onto this as I finish. I should be writing them down as I go, but we'll see how organized I get with it. So, anyways, 6 a.m. So next one, 7 a.m. Oh, there is one for 6:30, but it's on 4th Street and says in-store pickup. So where's 4th Street? Maybe we should head over there right now. It's 6:30 right now. Oh, it's just around the corner. It'll take me a couple minutes to walk there, but I can probably drive there and be able to do that location next. So maybe we should do that. This store location opened exactly at 6 o'clock, so that one will probably open exactly at 6:30. So 6:29 right now. I got 1 minute, probably 30 seconds or less. So I've been on this one for 21 minutes. It's a 3-minute route. If I go right now, I might be able to get parking there. So let's shut off this feed, and I'm going to head over there and add that to number 3, because that's the next soonest location that's open, 6:30, and then after that, it's 7 o'clock. So let's keep on the flow with this, and this stream lasted for 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes. So far, so good. All right. See you soon.